If this is a site that is really an organization that's really looking out for those who are grieving right now, you know, the family and friends of my mother, why didn't I know about this?
A website from across the country and around the world is not sitting well with some families whose loved ones. That website is called Afterlife. It charges fees for various ways of expressing sympathy online.
But there are questions about just who benefits. David Highfield is here with more new at 5. David.
Yeah, Christine and Ken, there are millions of obituaries on this website from the U.S., Canada, and several other countries. And hundreds of them are from people right here in Western Pennsylvania.
Mom was definitely, I would say, rock of the family.
When Hank Ford's mom, Donna, passed away last September at age 60 following a sudden illness, his family was stunned. How could the strong, vibrant woman they knew be gone?
My mom, a wonderful, loving individual. Yeah, she loved being a grandmother. Loved my brother has 3 children, and you know, they live a little far away right now, but you know, she was constantly, you know, loved to Skype with them, had pictures of the kids all over the place.
Nearly 6 months later, Hank and his family are still shaken and admittedly a little lost.
Yeah, absolutely, picking up the pieces.
Raylene Manning Puttister's son, Tyler, died 5 years ago, but for her, it still feels like it was yesterday.
As I open my eyes, right away my first thought is, okay, another day I have to get through.
Hank and Raylene don't know each other. They've never met, but they share something in common. Find their obituary posted on a website called Afterlife.
I went into the site and up popped my beautiful son at the age of 22, and it flattened me.
I have a photo on there. It's one thing to kind of see some information that is facts and an obituary that I authored, you know, with the help of my brother and my father. But yeah, I was surprised to kind of see what was on there.
And they're not alone. Several people have complained about the website. They say they're most disturbed by features on the website that allow people to send flowers or light virtual candles for grieving families.
I don't know where that's going, who's seeing that. I haven't gotten a flower or anything, or seen a candle or anything like that to help me in my grieving process.
Complete disbelief that someone would take my son's obituary, which was brutal to write, and use it to feed their pockets somehow. I received nothing in return from them.
The website offers 4 options for lighting a virtual candle for a week, a month, a year, or eternity. Those options range in price from $5 to $30. The site says the candle will be of great comfort and healing for you and those who view the obituary. But Hank and Raylene don't find comfort, only questions.
I'd like to find out truly how they think this is benefiting the family and friends of Donna Ford, you know, and those whose obituaries are on there.
I have to go into that site to watch a candle burn for an hour? That's costing someone $5? Where did that $5 go?
Last month, a spokesperson for Afterlife told the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation that they simply group obituaries into one database, which allows people to send condolences and flowers easily, saying, quote, "There is nothing underhanded about our company. Any information that is openly shared online is public information."
We gave permission to Psych a Funeral Home and the Beaver County Times, and that's who we wanted to have this information. And again, facts are facts. If it's out there, that part's not bugging me, but what is how it's being used. It's not being used for educational purposes. It's not being used for anything like that. It's pretty clearly being used to make some profit off of it.
You are using our grief to make money. It's absolutely disturbing and highly disgusting.
Maybe this is how things get started, with awareness and people knowing about it. So that's my angle right now. I want people to know about this.
Well, the outrage over this is getting so big in Canada, there's now a class action lawsuit there against the website for copyright infringement. Now, the site is just starting to make headlines here in the U.S., so we will see what happens here. And by the way, we reached out to Afterlife asking for our own interview or comment. CEO Pascal Leclerc emailed us back saying he wasn't available to communicate with us right now.
Wow. Well, if you go on the site and you do see one of your loved one on there, can you have it removed?
Raylene did. She emailed them about her son's obituary, and hours later it was gone from the site. Hank has not done that, but she did get a result.
All right.
I think a lot of people are going to be checking that. All right,
Yeah.
David, thanks much.
Thank you.